Good morning, and it is a very, very sunny morning. Mr. and Mrs. Duck here, bobbing for food. Hello. I don't know how well that'll come up, but there's a swan over there. Just do a short little video today. I'm going through to see my parents. I've got a couple of things to do through there. And then when I get home, I will show you some souvenirs and odds and ends that I took back from Belfast. I had a fantastic holiday. Hey now, calm it down, you two. This place is riddled with seagulls. As you can see, it is a beautiful day. Sun's right in my eyes, so I'm having to watch what I'm doing. Oh, one of the ducks has hopped out of the water. And just hop back into the water. So I will do what I gotta do, and then I will head home after that, and you'll get to see all the bits and bobs that I got. And I'll talk a little bit about my holiday. Well, now I am home, and predictably enough, got myself a cup of tea. It's not long after dinner time, just had my dinner, had a nice apple after it, made myself a cup of tea, and I've looked at all the bits and pieces that I got while I was over in Belfast. I do have to say, I mean, most people will know a little bit about the history and what's happened there over the last 50 years. It's come on in leaps and bounds since the end of the Troubles. It's an amazing place. That was my second visit to it, and I really like it. I really like it. It's not too big. It's an interesting place. Flight over was good. About 45 minutes. That was fine. Flew from Inverness Airport with Logan Air. Highly recommended. Very, very good service both there and back. Here's me boarding passes. I kept them, but you'll notice I've scored out my last name to keep my little bit of privacy. Yeah, so way out, a little twin turbo prop. Now, I'm not a plane guy, but I kind of pay attention to things. The twin turbo prop, I think an ATR 42. Anybody who knows anything about planes, that's probably not right, but I think that's what it was called. And on the way back, I know this one because I got it right off the safety card in the cabin. Brilliant built Embraer 145 little commuter jet. Really nice little thing. Row of single seats down one side of the aisle, twos down the other. I think 40-seater perhaps, 45. Maybe the clue's in the name. I'm not sure. Really nice, really nippy, comfortable little thing. So yeah, first time I've been on a plane in nearly 15 years, and it went brilliantly. So yeah, as I say, we went to Belfast. One of the main things was to go to the big museum, Titanic Belfast, which is built beside where the ship was built in, well, from I think 1910, 1911 onwards. And it is amazing. Highly, highly recommended, especially now that the tender ship, the Nomadic, is outside and almost completed its restoration. Still a few areas. There was a couple of volunteers working on replacing some rotten planks on decking and that, but when you consider the ship's well over 100 years old, the fact that it was recovered in very poor condition and where they've got it to now is really something. It's a testament to their hard work. So yeah, I got a few things from the gift shop. This one I'm really proud of. It's actually a replica of a China Cup for somebody in third class. And if I move it in, you'll see it's got the White Star Line crest on it. I'm going to find a space for that on my shelf. I really like that, and I had to wrap it up really carefully to get it home, hoping to goodness that it didn't get damaged. Thankfully it didn't. So yeah, I've always been fascinated with the story of the Titanic since before I was a teenager. My parents had a book, and I'm sure there was a little bit about it in there, and it just stuck in my head after that. And then I watched the movie. No, not that one. Not the one with Leo and Kate hanging off the back of it at the end. No, no. Although I actually went to the cinema to see that. And no. Uh, does anybody know about I think it was late 1950s movie called A Night to Remember? It's based on Walter Lord's Book of the Sinking. That caught my attention. And I've been fascinated ever since. We were walking around the museum and I was looking at things and speaking to my dad about stuff, and he just looked at me and goes, "How do you know all this stuff?" That's how. And I'd probably go back again. So yeah, that is probably going on my. I think I'll stick it on the desk over there beside the computer. I got a little book about it, again from the gift shop. See if I can find any more pages with interesting photos. There you go. There's where she was being fitted out at Harland and Wolff after our launch. It gives you some idea of the scale of the ship. Honestly, remarkable thing. The museum's really interesting. As you go around, it tells a story, and there's within displays there's recreations of things like a first class cabin, third class with all the bunks, and various other bits and bobs of the ship. But I think the highlight for me, in that I've been in the museum itself before, the highlight was going aboard the Nomadic outside. That is something. And I actually did pick up, I'm just shifting some stuff out of the way, don't mind. They had a little guidebook about it. Tells you the ship's story, and picture there, I would assume it's under construction. I don't know if that's the day of the launch or not. Doesn't it just says it next to the slipways where Titanic and Olympic were built, so I don't know how close she was to being launched at that point. It doesn't look far off, it's all paint and that. But yeah, I had a flick through of it in the hotel. Looks really interesting. So I'm going to enjoy delving into that. You might have noticed by now, if I get into something, I really get into something. It's real fixation stuff here, but oh well. I got a little badge for my collection. A pin badge of the White Star Line insignia, the same one that's on the mug. And a keyring. This is talking about James Cameron's film. It's a keyring of the famous Part of the Ocean. I would try and pronounce the name in French as it's said in the film, but I don't speak French and I don't want to offend any French people. So yeah, all in all, a very good holiday. Oh, I did come back with something else. I've still got it in change. One Ulster Bank tenner. Well, actually, the pictures on them are actually vertical. No other money in the UK is like that, as far as I know. Never seen anything else like that. I think I'm going to hang on to that. I know a couple of people that like collecting money and that would find this very interesting. So yeah, so that was that. And I've got something else. It's nothing to do with any of that, but I got this. I was waiting for it to arrive because, as you know by now, I'm into history and all that. And it's kind of appropriate given VE Day's just passed, but it's a book about the Home Guard, the auxiliary force that was set up in the UK, drawn from people who weren't eligible for conscription, you know, too young, too old, maybe not fit enough to pass the entrance requirements for the forces, but still wanted to play their part, did part time round their work. You, if you're in the UK, you know the famous series Dad's Army, but this is what was behind it, the reality, not the comedy. It's illustrated throughout, and I saw it and I thought, no, I really want that. So, I'm going to enjoy looking through that. Anywho, I have blethered enough, so I'm going to leave you on that, and I will say, if you get a chance to go over to Northern Ireland, do it. Do it, you won't regret it. So I will see you in the next one, everybody. Bye bye.